Meanwhile, over in the Europa League, it is second chance Sundays for some of the losers at the Champions League qualifying, and up step some of the bigger boys as they try to get themselves closer to the group stages. It's time for the second round qualifying. First leg, predictions, here they come! That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video, this time taking a look at the second qualifying round over in the Europa League, first legs, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep your bang up to date with all things Europa League related, Blackburn Rovers related, woo, football related, we're going to all here. Under one roof. Right, boys and girls, let's jump into it, because we've got a bazillion matches to cover, both the results and the next round, because it doesn't get any smaller. It looks like it's getting stinking bigger. But anyway, let's get cracking and take a little look at the Europa League. So Ballymena United took on Malmo. That ended up as a 4-0 win on the night for Malmo. Actually went with a 3-1 win. 11-0 on aggregate. Malmo go through. Kilmarnock suffered an embarrassing defeat to Conakry's Nomads from Wales. I went with a 2-0 win for Kilmarnock. It was actually 2-0 win the other way. And Conakry's Nomads will go through to the next round. Unfortunately, Kilmarnock's 16-year wait for European football comes to an end at the first stage. Ventspils up against Cups, 1-1 draw on the night. I went with a 2-2 draw. KUPS will go through 3-1 on aggregate. Vaduz took on Brøndby. I'm not going to go with the countries on this one because I've got to plough through these. 2-1 on the night. I actually called it 2-1 as well to Vaduz, and they went through 2-1 on aggregate as well to go through. Shamrock Rovers took on Brann, and they also took care of business as well. 2-1 on the day. I also called it 2-1, and 4-3 they'll go through to the next round. Torpedo Katazi up against Odabazi Kazakhstan. 2-0 on the night for Odabazi. I actually went with a 2-1 win, so not too shabby. 3-0 on aggregate. Odabazi will go through. Legia Warsaw took on Europa out of Gibraltar. 3-0 on the night. I called it as well. 3-0 on aggregate after their dodgy first leg. So the Polish team will go through. Titograd took on CSK Sofia. 4-0 on the night. I actually called a 3-1 victory as well for CSK. 4-0 on aggregate. They will go through as well. Hajduk Split took on Graza United. 3-1 on the night for Gürza. Upsetting the odds a little bit. Hajduk Split, I called a 3-0 win, but they just squeaked through on away goals. 3-3. Radoniki Niz took on Flora. 2-2 on the night. 2-1 on aggregate. Sorry, 2-1 for me for Radoniki, so I got that one wrong. 4-2 on aggregate. Flora will go through. Mura took on Maccabi Haifa. 3-2 on the night for the Israeli team. They will go through. 2-1 I called it. 5-2 on aggregate. Quite safe in the end. Kukasi took on Debrecen. 1-1 on the night. Called it. 4-1 on aggregate. Debrecen go through quite easy. Banats took on Kakaraki. 5-0 on the night. Quite a convincing win for Kakaraki. 2-1 for me. 8-0 on aggregate. Comprehensive victory. Tobol took on Jeunesse Esch. 1-1 for me. I got the right amount of goals. I just distribute them a little bit. 2-0 for me for Tobol. 1-1. Tobol will go through on away goals. Melasami Oreri took on FCSB. 2-1 for me for sorry, 2-1 was the final score. 0-0 for me. FCSB quite comfortably in the end. 4-1. B36 Tórshavn took on Crusaders. That ended up as a 3-2 victory for Crusaders on the night. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Tórshavn. 5-2 on aggregate. Crusaders will go through. Inter Turku took on Brøndby. And Inter Turku picking up an important victory here. 2-0 on the night. Actually went 2-0 the other way, but Brøndby will go through. 4-3 on aggregate. KR took on Molde. 0-0 on the night. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Molde. 7-1 in the end. Quite convincingly win for the Norwegians. The Rangers took on St. Joseph out of Gibraltar. 6-0 on the night. Actually went with a 3-0 win. 10-0 on aggregate. Rangers are safely through. Progress Niederhorn took on Cork City. And Cork City also sidestepped this one. 2-1 on the day. To actually tumble out, though. 3-2 to Progress Niederhorn. In the end, actually won the 2-0 win. Levski Sofia took on Rosmabrek. They won 2-0 on the night. Actually won the 3-1 win in the end. Levski Sofia comfortably 4-0 through. Shrinsky Mostar took on Adagamin Japandev. 3-0 on the night. I actually went with a 2-0 win, and Mostar went through 6-0 on aggregate. Neftçi Baku took on Sapranta Nesproni. 6-0 in the end. Demolition. I actually went with a 2-1 win. 9-0 on aggregate. Baku will go through. Ferrafar took on Zeta. It was a 0-0 draw on the night. I actually went with a 3-0 win. For Feshvar, so not too great indeed. I don't know why I gave that an orange, but it should be a red. Hibernians took on Shakhtar Shkëndija. 1-0 win for Shakhtar. Hibernians are out 2-0 on aggregate. Actually, went with the 2-0 win for Hibernians, so I got that one wrong. RFS took on Olympia Ljubljana. That was a 2-0 win for Ljubljana in the end. I got the right amount of goals. I just didn't give them out, distribute them correctly. And Ljubljana will go through 4-3 on aggregate. Zalgiris took on Honved. It was a 1-1 draw on the night. 2-1 for me. 4-3 for Honved, they go through. Macedonia GP took on Ashkelert. 3-0 for Ashkelert, they go through. 6-1 in the end. And wrapping up this page, because there's still plenty more. Spartak Tivana took on Radek Belžina. 2-0 win for Spartak. And they actually went through 2-2. I got called a 2-1 win. So not too bad. As you can see on this page, a bit of 50-50, a lot of red, a lot of orange, but no greens in sight. Chikura Shaqiri took on Fola Esh. 2-1 win for Chikura Shaqiri. Actually go through 4-2 in the end. Odani took on Dino Tbilisi. Watch the 1-0 win this time around. Actually went with a 3-1 win. They go through anyway, 7-0 on aggregate. Kariat took on Soroki Barej. 2-1 win for Kariat. I went with a 1-0 win, and they go through also 4-2 on aggregate. Karakova took on DAC. My boys, Djanska Strenda. 2-2 on the day, and they actually go through 3-3 on away goals. I actually called a 2-0 win for Karakova. Unfortunately, I got that one wrong. Apollon Limassol took on Kauno Zalgiris. 4-0 on the night. I actually went with a 2-0 win for the Cypriot team. 6-0 on aggregate, quite convincing in the end. Tueta took on Ventspils. 1-0 on the day. Got that one bang on, and they actually tumble, though, 3-1 on aggregate. FCI Leveda took on Stārsnan. They lost this game 3-2. Actually called a 1-1 draw. 4-4 on aggregate. Leveda squeezed through. Hasgun took on Cliftonville, and they got absolutely battered. 5-1 win. 2-0 for me. 6-1 on aggregate. I don't know why there's an A there, but who cares? Klazovic took on Ratari. They ended up as a 0-0 draw. I called it. 1-1 in the end. Klazovic go through on the away goals. Dynamo Minsk took on Lebarja. 2-1 win for Lebarja. I went with Minsk on this one. They actually go out 3-2 to Lebarja in the end. Nordkoppen took on St. Patrick's Athletic. 2-1 victory for Nordkoppen, and they actually go through quite convincingly 4-1 in the end. I actually called it a 3-1 win, so not too shabby indeed. ROPS took on Aberdeen, and the Scots team actually got through 2-1 on the day, 4-2 on aggregate. I actually called a 1-1 draw. And Dazmali took on Balzan. 1-0 win for Dazmali. I called a 2-0 win. 5-3 on aggregate, they go through. Hapoel Beersheva out of Israel took on Lechia. 1-0 win for the Israeli team. I called a 2-0 win. 2-1 they go through. Into the final four of this leg, but Tosnos Fotogra took on Narva Trans. 4-1 win on the night. 2-1 for me. 2-0 for me. 6-1 on aggregate they go through. Universitate Craiova took on Sabal. 3-2 win on the day. 3-0 for me. 6-4 goals galore, and they go through to the next round. Shkëndija Pyunik. 2-1 win for Pyunik on the day. 1-0 for me the other way. But Pyunik go through anyway, 5-4. Another goals galore in this one. Petr Kup Helsinki took on AEK Larnaca. And a 1-0 win for Larnaca. 2-0 on aggregate. They go through. Woo! But it doesn't stop there, boys. It doesn't stop there. We go next up for the next round, which is round 2. As I said, it is lucky losers from the Champions League, and also some bigger boys in this from teams from Italy and Spain. Even England joining the mix here. So let's get cracking and take a look at them. So Ararat-Armenia take on Lincoln Red Imps. I think they're one of the lucky losers. 2-0 for Ararat for me, quite convincingly. I think they'll demolish these bad boys in the long haul. Shkëndija 79 take on Dudelange. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in this one. I think Dudelange made the group stages last time. I think they could do it again this time. Tre Penne will take on Sūduva. Sūduva will take on 2-0 win. I'm not going to elaborate on these because there's so much to talk about. Slovan Bratislava take on Feronikeli. Quite convincing home win here for Bratislava. 3-0 win. At this stage. Santa Coloma will take on Astana. We're going to go with a 1-0 away win on this one to give themselves a shot for the second leg as well. Tórshavn will take on Linfield. Going to go with Linfield on this one. Take out 2-0 away win. Give them a shot get through to the next stage if they can hold out in the second leg. Nordkopping will take on Lechia. 3-0 win for Nordkopping at this stage as well. Haugesund up against Sturm Graz. Big team here. Convincing win for them in the end. Sturm Graz will take home an away win. 2-0 on the night. Lechia Gdańsk up against Brøndby. Another big team. Brøndby from Denmark should squeeze past these bad boys. The away leg 2-0. Give themselves a shot at the second leg. MK Domazal take on Malmo from Sweden. I'm going to go with the Swedes here. 2-1 win on the day in the first leg to give themselves a shot in the second leg as well. Hapoel Beersheva up against Kariat. Difficult one this one. We're going to go with the Israelis in the first leg. 2-0 to give themselves the edge. AEK Larnaca up against Levski Sofia. Tough one this one. This can go either way over the grand scheme of things, but I'm going to give AEK Larnaca the first leg 2-1 on this one, and maybe we'll see what happens in the second leg. Molde Vidi up against Vaduz. Vaduz should squeeze past this one 2-0 as well, give them the edge on this one. Molde took on Krakju Stockholm. Obviously, Molde scoring goals galore in the first leg, or first round. I expect them to get a couple goals in the home leg here, 3-1 to give them the edge. Torino, here we go, up against Debreceni. Difficult one, this one, but I still expect the Italians to score enough goals in the first leg to should secure their passages towards the group stages. But they still got another stage to go. Arsenal, Tula, up against Neftçi FK. Don't know about this one, so I'm going to play on the fence with a 1-1 draw. Lechia Warsaw up against Kupion PS. Going to go with the Polish team here. 2-0 win on the first leg. Just to kind of see what happens in this one, because it might end up a closer game. But I'm going to go with the Polish team. Gabala up against Dynamo Tbilisi. Obviously, Dynamo Tbilisi scoring some goals here. They kind of turned my head a little bit. Made them stand out a bit, so I expect them to get past Gabala 2-0 here. Aberdeen will take on Shkëndija. Not too sure on this one. I think Aberdeen do have enough in the tank. I think McInnes is a good manager. I'm hoping that he can steer them towards the group stages. That'd be good for Scottish football. Espanyol, another big boys up against Tórshavn. 3-0 for Espanyol to squeeze through. Well, not squeeze through, but to get a good stranglehold of this game to take it into the second leg over in wherever Tórshavn is. Luzern talking about against Klaževic. Going to go with Luzern here. I think they're from Switzerland or Austria. I think they could be a decent side as well, and I expect them to go through to the group stages. Utrecht up against Mostar, the Dutch boys. There's a couple of Dutch teams at this stage. 3-0 for them for this time around. Malatyaspor up against Olimpia Ljubljana. The Russians should take the Turkish team should get themselves a foothold in this game to set them up for the second leg. Dujnaka Strenda DAC Atromos Grace. Can't call this one 1-1. They were quite lucky to get this stage, my boys. DAC Pyunik up against Jablonec. Difficult one to call this one. Just going with Jablonec because I've heard of them before, and I think they should be at least make it to the next stages. Rangers up against Proteus Niederhorn. Obviously, Rangers like to score goals. I think Gerrard just he just he doesn't take any sort of. He just lets them rip. Doesn't hold back. It's like, I think the Gibraltar team have had enough. They've had enough. Nope, he just lets them rip and score buckets, loads of goals. So I expect them to get 3 goals here, at least at home. Flora to take on German Eintracht Frankfurt, and Frankfurt should dominate this one 2-0 at the away leg to set them up quite nicely for the return leg back in Frankfurt. Budonosc Bodogra up against Zoya Luganesc. Going to go with a 2-0 win for them in this stage. Ventspils up against Gürza United. Going to go with the Ventspils on this one, 2-0 win, just to give themselves the edge in the first leg. Strasbourg up against Maccabi Haifa. Going to go with a 3-1 win for the French team. Haifa should give them a decent game, though. It might be a little bit closer than this, if I'm honest with you. Wolves up against Crusaders FC. I think Wolves will put up a bit of a performance. They don't want to do a Burnley and crash out at this early stage. They want to get themselves through to at least the group stages as well. So 3-0 win for them. Mlada Boleslav up against Odabasi. Tough to call this one. Going to go with a 2-2 draw. Not too sure on this one. Shamrock Rovers up against Apollon Limassol. Going to go with the Irish team on this one, 2-1 in the first leg. The second leg going to be a little bit different, but we'll have to wait and see. Jeunesse Esch up against Portuguese Vitória Guimarães. Going to go with the Portuguese team here, 2-0 win to take over the Luxembourg team. So yeah, should realistically be quite a one-sided affair. Budapest Honved up against University Craiova. Difficult one to call this. Going to go with Honved on this one in the first leg, but it's not all done and dusted. We'll have to wait and see. Alashkert up against Stoia Bucharest. Going to go with Bucharest on this one. Big powerhouse at this stage, so they should do well and hopefully get themselves through to the group stages. Shakhtar Sologorsk up against Augsburg FB. Lokomotiv Plovdiv up against Trnava. Going to go with a 3-0 win for Lokomotiv Plovdiv, give themselves the edge. Last round's Heroes Konasquets FC up against Partizan. I think their journey will end at this stage. Partizan with a 2-0 win away from home. Partizani up against FC Sheriff will be a 2-0 win for Sheriff because they are the boss. They are the big boss, man. They are the sheriff of this town. CSK Sofia up against NK Olsztyn. Going to go with Sofia on this one, 3-0 win. And PS Gliwice, who did lose to BAT Borisov in the Champions League, up against Riga. They'll get it right this time, 3-1 win. In the end, and the last 4 here, Aris Solenki up against AEL Limassol. Difficult one to call this one. Going with a Cypriot team on this one, 2-1 win. Away from home to bring it back to Cyprus the next leg. AZ Alkmaar will take on BK Haken, another Dutch team, and Action, 3-1 win for them. In the end, Royal Antwerp from Belgium up against Vittorio Costanza, 3-0 win for the Belgians, and Valeriakic up against Ludogorets Razgrad. Going to go with a 2-1 win for Razgrad in the end, and that is a bit of a mouthful, folks. A lot of games to cover, both in the first leg and now in the second leg. It is the first round and second round, should I say. And we'll be back again, believe it or not, for the second leg in about a week's time for these bad boys. So make sure you check just to see if we got any of these bad boys right. Before I let you get out of here, I want to got a bit of an admin for you. I want to let you know that I'm doing a not Champions League, a Premier League Fantasy Football League with cash prizes, free to enter. Description has all the details in there, the link to the website, and also the code, which will punch it. If you're playing it anyway, just might as well stick the code in. It's free to enter. You have a chance to win yourself some prizes. Manager of the Month, and also the grand prize as well. If you head over to have a look on the channel, I have a little video which explains the Fantasy Football League, and I'll probably do another video maybe a week before kickoff to kind of go over the prizes a little bit. So yeah, check that bad boy out, and also let you know I'm on looking for more Patreons, boys and girls, getting stuck with that as well. Help the channel improve and kick on further, improve the quality content, take us to another level, and yeah, get involved. Links to that bad boy also in the description. Also other stuff. Here's my Twitter and my Twitch as well. I'm quite vocal on both of those, so make sure to check them suckers out as well. Links to them puppies in the old description below. But yes, that's, my friends, is all I've got for you today in this video. Again, we'll be back again in about a week's time to take a look at the results. Give me your thoughts and opinions in the old comment section down below, what you think will happen at this stage. What's going to happen with some of these bigger boys, Espanyol, Wolves and Torino now in the mix, including Eintracht Frankfurt as well. Are they going to have any problems, or will they make it too nice and easy? Anyway, that's all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day right here on the channel. Until then, ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.